Bohemian Rhapsody, Yesterday, and Rocketman. Who wore it better? Hello, boys, ghouls, and vampires alike. My name is Elliot, also known as a Spocter clone, and today we will be talking about biopics. Or, well, two biopics. Here are the titles, so let's dive into this. Bohemian Rhapsody, Yesterday, and Rocketman are all films about popular musicians made from 2018 to 2019. One is about Queen, and one is about the Beatles, and one is about Elton John, respectively. I personally have grown up with the music of all three, though I have to say I may be biased towards Bohrap since I've been a fan for longer, and since Queen themselves is a huge influence on me. That being said, the first of the three that we're covering is Bohemian Rhapsody. Bohemian Rhapsody is a film following Freddie Mercury, played by Rami Malek, and the rest of Queen. I say this as Freddie practically dominates the screen, and the rest of his band gets little screen time. It leads from the beginning of the band to Live Aid. If you haven't seen this or any other film on the list, then I suggest clicking off, for spoilers aren't ahead. We're going mainly off of opinion, so keep that in mind, Internet. The first half hour of the movie is beautiful. The half hour, in my opinion, alone deserved the Oscars the film won. As soon as Mary breaks ties with Freddie, Paul gets introduced, and the film starts gravitating towards AIDS, is when it gets bad. The I Want to Break Free scene is funny, having Roger and Deaky messing around in the background. I feel more light-hearted band scenes would have made the movie just the slightest bit better. The worst part is we know that 20th Century Fox filmed more than what was shown. More specifically, the scene the entire fandom wants, the 39 scene, is locked within the Disney vaults. The acting is phenomenal. I expected nothing less from a movie which Brian May and Roger Taylor co-directed. Even though I hated Mary in this movie, Lucy Boynton was the best actor in the movie next to Rami and Joe. All in all, Bohrap had a spectacular start, a mediocre at best middle, and a great send-off. A lot of facts were wrong, like Freddie wouldn't have known he had AIDS during the movie's time period, but still, the movie has a special place in my heart for introducing me properly to one of the best bands in human history. I give it second place on this list. Now on to Yesterday. Yesterday follows Jack Malek getting run over by a bus, and a power outage making everyone forget the Beatles. He rises to fame through telling the forgotten songs, a wonderful concept done If the Beatles music wasn't in the movie, it would have been forgettable. The movie focuses heavily on Jack and his ex-manager's relationship, which in turn gives us a happily ever after with millions of questions unanswered. The emotional beats miss me entirely, and at times Jack just seems like a dick. The best character by far was Jack's actual manager, who is so stereotypical. It's just honestly great. Let me finish off this section with a list of questions I have for Yesterday. Number 1. How did Jack escape fame so easily when he's so equivalent to the Beatles? Paul McCartney gets recognized daily, I bet you, yet Jack gets a monopoly pass? Number 2. What does and what doesn't exist? It's shown that Coca-Cola doesn't exist, along with Oasis, but Ed Sheeran and the Rolling Stones are safe? What breaks them apart? Why are they different? Number 3. What were Paul, Ringo, George, and or John's reaction to the Wembley announcement? Jack met the universe version of John Lennon before he told the world that his songs aren't his songs. So how would Paul react? How did George find out? Does Ringo know? What's the effect? And number 4. Does Queen exist? Come on, Bowie exists. Where's the love for Queen? The movie can be confusing if you look more than surface level, and the second biggest plot in the movie is boring. I give it number 3 on the list. And last, but very much not least, is the glam rock roller coaster that is Rocketman. Rocketman is about Elton John, played by Taron Egerton, and his uphill battle through success. From his beginnings to rehab, the movie never fails to entertain me, even after 6 watches in the theater. The only personally iffy part for me was in the middle, more specifically the pool scene. I have aquaphobia, and by all costs avoid movie clips with large bodies of water or pools, even if I love the movie, in the case of Rocky Horror Picture Show. Even rewatching Rocketman, I have to skip that part. Other than that, Taron is fantastic, as always, and Richard Madden is the same with a line here or there that should have been reshot. Talent drips from this movie, every song perfectly placed. I hate Elton's mom more than Mary and Bohrap, and I love it. My one critique is that Elton's mom should have sang a bit less like a pop star covering The Greatest Showman and more like a woman from her time period. Like her grandmother or her father. Well-deserved first place. I know that these opinions aren't original, but I've just never seen a video covering these topics in the way that I have. So I hope you guys all enjoyed, and if this gets more than 6 views, I will do a video on Sweeney Todd. Well, I'm probably just going to make a video on Sweeney Todd no matter what. Goodbye.